Mammograms and monthly self-exams are critical to finding lumps that could turn out to be breast cancer. But not all breast cancer begins with a lump.
There's an aggressive form of breast cancer that causes more unusual symptoms that we don't tend to associate with cancer. Dr. Frank McGeorge is here to explain what we need to look out for. Doc.
Exactly, Kim and Devin. So it's called inflammatory breast cancer, and one of those symptoms can be changes in the skin of the breast that make it look like the surface of the peel of an orange. Now, IBC makes up just 5% of breast cancers, but it's very aggressive, so it is important to be aware of the symptoms. When Lisa Overholser noted some changes to the skin on her breast, she didn't think much of it.
These were not bothersome symptoms to me, so it was really easy to ignore them. But looking back now, yeah, that, the redness was there, the dimpling like the orange peel, that was all there.
Those are signs of inflammatory breast cancer. By the time symptoms appear on the skin, IBC has already reached stage 3.
It's rapidly progressive. It rapidly spreads within the breast, it rapidly goes to the lymph nodes, and it can spread more quickly elsewhere in the body than other types of breast cancer.
Seeing your doctor as soon as possible can be life-saving. Signs to look out for related to IBC include redness of the breast, thickening of the skin, an orange peel-like texture or dimpling of the skin, and one breast feeling warmer or heavier than the other.
Because of this difference in symptoms, oftentimes they are treated as dermatologic conditions or infections because primary care physicians or first-line healthcare workers may not be used to seeing this presentation of breast cancer.
IBC may not appear on a standard mammogram, requiring an MRI to properly diagnose.
Sometimes different.
That's why awareness is key, and watching for these unusual signs to begin treatment sooner, giving women a better chance of survival.
If I could help somebody else make a better choice than I did, absolutely. I'll shout it from the rooftops. Don't ignore it. Days make a difference with this particular cancer. Had I known then what I know now, I wouldn't have waited.
Now, if you're wondering why this cancer can cause that orange peel texture, what's actually happening is the cancer cells are blocking normal fluid drainage. That causes fluid to build up in the skin, but the pores, well, they're kind of attached down below like buttons on a couch, so the skin dimples as the fluid builds up, and that's where that texture of dimpling comes from.
Sure, but very concerning that this may not show up on a mammogram.
Yeah, absolutely. It sometimes does, but the thing is, there often is no lump, and that's what makes it less likely to be seen. Now, this type of cancer, I should say, also can develop very quickly. So you might have a very clean mammogram at one point and then notice some of the other symptoms shortly thereafter. And if you do, it's critical to talk to your doctor right away because, again, this can happen very quickly, even after a normal mammogram.
Incredible. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Doc.